All right. What do you say we get this over with? And I say that because this is my full on first round mock draft for 2022. All 32 picks. I'm going to do my best to analyze them. Not that I'm timed or anything, but I will try my best to not make it super, super long. We're going to knock this out and get it going, starting with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are on the clock. Let's go. And we say, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard with Ballard Sports Media. Sorry for the weird intro, but it's weird how you can't just change brands on StreamYard without all of this changing. It's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. But welcome in, everybody. Regardless of the intro, we are here for the 2022 NFL Mock Draft from Christian Ballard at Ballard Sports Media. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. If you love the content, share this out, comment down below, or I'm premiering this, comment in the live chat. But let's go ahead and get it going. And what do you say that the Jacksonville Jaguars are officially on the clock? And let me share this. I make my mock draft through Word. And actually, I think we'll knock this out maybe quicker than expected. Let me see. Share window. I better be able to share. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Apparently, it was letting me try to share a Word document on the screen, but it's no longer. Anyway, I'm going to try this one more time, and if not, we're just going to roll with it as it is. So, window, tab, entire screen. Yeah, I guess I could do entire screen. Okay. That being said, here we go. Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. Will it open? Yes. Okay. Okay. If you guys can see this, Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Ahmed Gardner, Trayvon Walker to start the top five. Now, I think that's a great way to start out the top five, honestly. But let's break this down. With the first pick of my 2022 NFL mock draft, yes, that's right. We're going to go with Aiden Hutchinson to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I know there are so many different ways that Duval can go at pick number one, but one has stood out among all the other mocks, and I don't pick this just because of that. I really do think that he had a great combine. I think that he's the fastest, most complete edge rusher in this draft. I do think it is close between him and guys like Kayvon Thibodeau and guy that's rising up in Trayvon Walker. You know, I think Aiden Hutchinson has great quickness, great speed off the edge, can do it all, can get it done, right? The Jaguars need to use this draft to invest in Travis Etienne, invest in Trevor Lawrence, but also it's one of those, like, if that's the case, wouldn't they go for a Evan Neal at number one, an offensive tackle to protect their quarterback, even though they've signed a guy or two this offseason on the O-line, I think. Really don't have it pulled up in front of me, but I think they've signed a couple tackles. But when you look at it, wouldn't you go after that if you want to invest in your quarterback? Yes. But sometimes you just want to draft what you can to be the best team that you can. And sometimes, if you're lucky, like the Jaguars, you go number 1 overall and you get to take the best player possible off the board. And that's what they'll do. So, then again, I don't think there is a clear-cut number 1 pick. I just think this is the best available or best fit for them. And I think it definitely, like, they drafted quite a bit to invest in the offense last year with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne and company, right? Why not invest in your defense this year in the draft? There's no shame in that. So there you go with that. And, that being said, with that, the Lions are now on the clock at number 2. And there's a lot of ways they could go. Seriously, I think they're going to go defense too. I'm just going to go ahead and say that they go Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, right? He's the second best edge rusher, probably third. If you do think that Trayvon Walker is that guy, I get it. I understand. But I got to go Kayvon Thibodeau here. Great size, great frame, speed off the edge, burst, acceleration, quickness, just a tough, no-quit competitor. And he gets it done. He can get it done when you need him to. I'm going to give him to the Lions here. I think that people have been mocking him to the Lions for the past couple years now, ever since I guess they started mocking for 2022. I think I was seeing these mock drafts for 2022 even before 2021, the football season for 2020-2021 kicked off. So, and I've seen a lot. The Lions are very high on Kayvon Thibodeau, from my understanding. And I think that it's an organization that is dead, but Dan Campbell looks to be the head coach, and Brad Holmes, the GM, looks to, build it up, So they need that game-changing guy. They could go Trayvon Walker. They could work the offensive line, go Evan Neal, right? Which a lot of people aren't talking about. Kayvon Thibodeau's got to go off the board at some point in the top 5. Go ahead and put him with the Lions in this draft. So with that being said, the Texans are now on the clock. So, all right. Texans on the clock. Deshaun Watson is out. You got Davis Mills. You got Davis Mills. I don't know what to tell you. They have one of the worst offensive lines in the entire league. That being said, where do you go? Who hasn't been taken in this draft yet? My main man, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Evan Neal. Yes, he is there. He is there for the Texans. This guy is huge. He's very quick to get up. You guys probably saw my player evaluation, player profile of him. I think he's got one of the best sizes of any lineman you will ever see. I think he's fast to get up, because you got to think, man, speed and reaction time is one of the most important things as a lineman. As soon as that ball is snapped, okay, you're on the line. Your hands are down on the ground. You're ready. You're getting prepared. Hut, Time to get up. He's fast at it. He gets after the defensive back. He gets protection for your quarterback. Now, I don't know what the Texans are going to do beyond round one. I don't know if they're going to draft a quarterback. They might. They might invest in Davis Mills. They might. I don't know. But whoever it is has got to be happy and okay with Evan Neal blocking for him. I got to go Evan Neal here and give it to him at number 3 overall. All right. That being said, the Jets on the clock at number 4. There's a lot of different ways they could go here. So the New York Jets, football Jets, on the clock here at number 4 overall. Man, this is not easy to do. But I'm going to say that they work on their defensive side of the ball. They need secondary help big time. They also need O-line, right? Ikeme Ekwonu is still on the board. Trayvon Walker is still on the board. Charles Cross out of Mississippi State still on the board. They're investing in Zach Wilson. Where do you go? Do you work on the offense? Do you take the best fit, the best available? Do you shock the world here with this pick? I'm going to say they shocked the world. Oh, I still got the Texans. But the Jets are going to take Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati, right? I'm going to say they go with Ahmed Gardner, who is electric. He says, get your hands off the football. This guy has great size, great skill set overall when you look at it. His size, I think that's good for a corner. Ahmed Gardner doesn't he weigh, he's 6'2". It doesn't have his weight listed, but you can kind of tell he's kind of a scrawny, skinny type of guy. He doesn't have a lot of weight on him. Overall, he's fast off, to get off blocks and, just work with receivers. The ball snaps. He knows to run the route. Think about, pass catching is route running. No. Not necessarily. Let me explain. That it's not just for the receiver. They're going to run the route. You got to defend that route. Route running goes both ways, offense and defense. And Ahmed Sauce Gardner knows that. I think he could be a good addition for the Jets defense. Shout out to Will Thorogood, too, by the way. Georgia Bulldog Will. I think he's a Jets fan, if I'm not mistaken. I hope you're happy with this pick, buddy. Yeah. Give him some secondary help. Derek Stingley could be another option. I think they need a cornerback so bad. They haven't had one in a long time. They had an Alabama guy. Was it C.J. Mosley? I don't even know what happened to him. And he wasn't even that good. He was good at Alabama. They need everything, but especially secondary help. They got Quentin Williams up front. They've invested in their defensive line. They got a quarterback. They need a running back at some point in this draft, but I'm only doing the first round again. I'm tired as it is already today, but work on the secondary. Go with Sauce Gardner. Great speed, burst, quickness, a pass blocker, defender. Go up, get the football, and put a receiver on the ground with Ahmed Gardner. Right? That's what he does so well. All right. Up next, we stick to New York. The Giants on the clock. I don't even know. Shout out to Bad Dog Sports. I don't want to troll the Giants, I just want to know where y'all go. Where do you go? I mean, so many different ways. So far, you've had Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Ahmed Gardner, right? One player that has been talked about so much and had a heck of a combine is Trayvon Walker out of Georgia. I like his quickness. Off the edge, acceleration, great speed. Everything he does so well. He can eat you up if you're a lineman. He will eat you up at running back. He will eat you up. That guy is a hungry beast, a hungry dog, I'll say. And yeah, I'm pretty much over the national title game. It's a new season, so suck it, Georgia. But Trayvon Walker going to the Giants here at 5 overall rounds out the top 5. And yeah, so overall, Trayvon Walker is something special, I think. I think that he had really, really good stats at Georgia. He had 6 sacks this past season, didn't force a fumble, didn't pick anybody off. He's 6'5", 275, 37 total tackles this past year, 19 on his own, 18 on assists, did recover a fumble, defended 2 passes, can get his hands up, can do what you want to do. In that championship game, he did have a sack. He might have even got the sack on Bryce Young at the end of the game. I think it was Trayvon Walker. But, he's a guy that I think could go very far in the NFL, that has a bright future. Is it in New York? At this moment in my mock draft, it will be. But, I don't think it's a systematic player. I think it's a guy that can really work off the edge, can play with great speed, acceleration, quickness, toughness, just a physical tool. Overall, like I said, his size listed via ESPN is 6'5", 275. He doesn't look like he weighs 275, but you got to think, man, sometimes that's just muscle. Man, Trayvon Walker's a bad dude. That's a bad dude right there, man. I'm going to feel sorry for whatever quarterback has to face him on the other side. So, anyway, that being said, moving on to the Panthers at number 6 overall. Getting pretty close to the end of the top 10. So, on the clock, the Panthers, they could go so many different ways here. This is, honestly, believe it or not, this is pretty easy for me. Because there's really only one thing to do, right? Let me say this. You have Sam Darnold. Okay. Cam Newton is done. I'm sorry. I don't see him as a franchise guy anymore. Time for a quarterback. With the 6th pick, I'm going to give him Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. Here it is. Kenny Pickett. Very mobile, very well built, strong arm. I still think it's debatable who the best quarterback in the draft class is. This is our first quarterback off the board here in the mock draft here at number 6. And I think I'm fixing to rapid fire through some of these next few picks too, by the way. But I'm going to give him Kenny Pickett. I think he's got a good arm. I think he knows how to play the game of football. I think that he can go out there and make big explosive plays. You talk about guys, hold on. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got guys like DJ Moore, Shee Smith, Terrence Marshall. Like, they got some weapons. They need some help at O-line. But, man, an offense always starts with a quarterback and a leader. Now, Kenny Pickett might not go out there and be the best right away. He might not be the starter right away. I would hope so. I'm excited to see Kenny Pickett wherever he ends up. But regardless, if you have receiver talent like DJ Moore, Rashad Higgins, whatever, if you have that, then go after a quarterback. Go get your guy. Go see what he can do. This guy can run. He's good in the pocket. He is a pocket quarterback. And there's nothing wrong with that, but he can deliver and he can lead. He's a team leader. He was that at Pittsburgh, and I'm sure he could be that wherever else he goes. I got him going to Carolina here at number 6 overall. Like I said, Kenny Pickett going. And with that being said, the Giants are back on the clock again. But yeah, Kenny Pickett's the guy. And again, I don't really have any trades in this one. But still, Panthers select Kenny Pickett. So now on the clock are the Giants. Right? Pick number 7 overall. What do you do here? Well, they just picked at number 5. They got Trayvon Walker. So they work on the defensive side. Now let's work on the offensive side for a second. I don't know if Daniel Jones is the guy. I don't know how Giants fans feel about him. Bad dog. She got sports. Go subscribe to them too, by the way. They're amazing NFL content creators and loyal Giants fans for sure. I don't know where they go. But I say that. But I think there's really only one choice. You got to build the O-line. There's got to be a tackle number 2 beside Andrew Thomas. Right? That being said, give me Ikem Ekwonu from NC State. This guy, number 79 for NC State when he played. You can't say much about stats, but he's 6'4", 320. How do you evaluate – first off, how do you evaluate tackles when it comes to stats and everything? Well, what stats? How many times did he block a guy? 1,000, right? There were 1,000 plays. You evaluate size. 6'4", 320, quick hands, going up, right? 6'4", 320. At this point, the Giants O-line is abysmal outside of Andrew Thomas. That's it. And that's not really so much. Who do you have? John Felicino? Mark Glowinski? Hold on. Give me 1 second. There's no other option for New York. They got to go offensive line. Now, they can pick whoever they want to, but Evan Neal's off the board. This guy I've seen a lot of people mock into the Jaguars. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they go Evan Neal, leaving Ikem Ekwonu up to the Giants. So that being said, on the clock now, the Falcons. This is where it gets interesting, folks. Do we go quarterback here? What do we do? No. you got to work the defense. You got to work the secondary, right? I guess. I'm going to say here at number 8, they go Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. So just a guy that's a pass blocking machine, pass deflector, can catch in traffic, good size, good quickness, his agility, the way if he's running, let's say he gets a pick, he can weave in and out of traffic. He's just very good with the football, knows what to do. He'll be good in the secondary alongside A.J. Terrell. I really think so. Overall, I'll say this. The Falcons need a quarterback at some point in this draft. Not the first round for me. They don't really need O-line. Honestly, I think they have a really good O-line. I think that they just need some receiver help, and they need a true leader. Obviously, Matt Ryan now with the Colts. But they need some secondary help too. Kyle Hamilton can fill that void for sure. So I'm gonna give him here to the Falcons. So, and up next are the Seattle Seahawks on the clock. So on the clock, the Seahawks. So many different ways. Do they go quarterback here? Honestly, I think at some point they do draft a quarterback. I know they got Drew Lock. I like Drew Lock. I'm seeing a lot that they trade up for the Russell Wilson replacement. I'm seeing a lot that they go after Malik Willis. I don't know. I think they got to build. I think they need that one offensive tackle, though. I do think they need a quarterback, honestly. Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. Is that a good pick there? Let's see. Very good. I don't like his height, but I like his weight. I like how he moves. He's very mobile for an offensive tackle. I really, really like that. Charles Cross has his pros and cons like anybody else. Seahawks selection, Charles Cross, offensive tackle, Mississippi State. We're going to speed this up real quick, guys. But that pretty much rounds out. Well, no. We're going to do one more, and we're going to round out the top 10, and then I'm just going to share and break down the rest of my board. So, and I really think for like the Seahawks, I mean, this was part of the Russell Wilson trade. The Broncos should have the 9th overall pick, but this is part of that trade. They just got to take somebody, and the Seahawks. They're how do I put this? Can they work with Drew Lock? Like, can he be that guy in the NFC West as a quarterback? Can Drew Lock be the guy to lead them to a Super Bowl or win the division or I don't know. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is it doesn't matter unless you fix the offensive line, especially at the right tackle position. And that's where Charles Cross played best at Mississippi State. He also plays the left tackle too. He can play the guard, play interior or the outer offensive lineman type of guy. But the Seahawks right here at number 9, I'm going to take an offensive lineman. So, that being said, let's round out the top 10 with the Steelers on the clock, and then we're just going to blast through a few few more of these picks here and like rapid fire and just kind of show them up because obviously I don't want to make this too long on you guys. But on the clock, the Steelers here. Big Ben's gone. Big Ben is gone. Big Ben is gone. That's it. There is no other way to put it. But they need a quarterback. And you guys could probably take a guess. But I'm going to say Malik Willis out of Liberty here at number 10. I like Malik Willis. Good size. Makes me think of Kyler Murray. Very mobile. Good, strong arm. He was at Auburn for a little while. I think he was the one that lost the starting job to Bo Nix. Then he transfers out. He goes to Liberty, and it works out for him very, very well. I think he is one of the more underrated. A lot of people think he's going to be a bust. I don't think so. I mean, it's possible. But I think Mike Tomlin could develop a young star quarterback like this, a guy that wants to play football, that can throw the football, that's mobile, that's good in the pocket, that can launch it very, very deep downfield if you got the receivers. And they got guys like Chase Claypool in Pittsburgh. They just need overall, they need that leader back, man. You got Mitch Trubisky and you got Mason Rudolph. That's it. You got Deontay Johnson, you got Cody White, you got Miles Boykin. You got some guys. Now, at some point, they got to draft a receiver or two, I think. But, man, it starts with the quarterback. And, again, I'm not saying Malik Willis. So if he's a bust, call me crazy for saying that. I think he'll go far. I think that he will go far, and I think that if he's in the right – I think he's systematic. He makes me think of Big Ben in a way. Stands there in the pocket, is a pocket passer. Big Ben took off and ran sometimes. Not all the time, not like Malik Willis does or probably will do. His size, I don't know. I mean, compared to Big Ben had some weight on him overall. But I think his height and everything, his schematics are really good. I think my grandmother's going to kill me, but he plays with great physicality. Anyway, there's so many different ways the Steelers can go, but they got the receivers. They just need the future, right? They are not miles away from a Super Bowl. They're not. Big Ben retires, and that's it. You're going to call him done or dead? I mean, seriously. I don't think they're done. I think they're right there. Just need that leader. I'm going to give them Malik Willis. All right. That's the top 10. Let's rapid fire through this. Pick number 11, Jordan Davis. He's top 10 material, obviously, but he's got to go somewhere here. Let's go Jordan Davis, number 11 overall to the Washington Commanders. Someone alongside Daron Payne. You still got Jonathan Allen. Why not add a third SEC guy in there? Because, I mean, two guys on your defensive line, the front seven or whatever, that's not enough. Got to work with it. Got to build it. Jordan Davis, hard-hitting, monster on defense. Monster. He's going to go far. And he's hard-hitting. He's a great up-front nose tackle. Can get to the quarterback, can play good to get in the pocket and collapse the pocket. He's very good there. So I'm going to put him at 11 to the Washington Commanders. Number 12, Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley was the top recruit or one of the top recruits and went to LSU over so many different schools. He's projected top 10, but based on my mock draft, I got him going just outside. I mean, he's 6'1", 194. He's a top 5 pick for sure. But I don't know. I think because of maybe a quarterback or two, I think he's one of those weird ones that's kind of fallen a bit. Maybe call me crazy for putting him here. But think about this though, and he could very much. For his sake, I hope he goes further. He might go in place of Ahmed Gardner. Ahmed Gardner had a good workout in combine. I think he'll go to the Jets. Just making a bold claim and prediction there, but I got Derek Stingley at number 12 to the Vikings. Think about this: Justin Jefferson, Thaddeus Moss. Think about the team of LSU in 2019 and those receivers. He used to block and control those guys in practice. You don't think he's good? Buddy, you ain't seen a corner yet. You haven't seen it yet, for sure. Number 13 overall, the Texans going with Daxton Hill from Michigan. The safety, Daxton Hill, is incredible. He was very, very good overall. I think his schematics, his size, his frame, overall is just very, very good. They measured him at the combine. Hands are like 9.5 on the 40-yard dash. Ran a 5.8. Honestly, he did have a weird combine. He had 14 games that he played last year, did not miss a game, 69 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, half a sack, 8 passes defended, 2 interceptions. In his career, he's got 4 interceptions, played 32 games, 149 tackles. Overall, he's done some incredible things. The Texans, again, you go back to number 3 here with Evan Neal. They also got to work on the secondary and work on the defensive side of the ball. Daxton Hill's got to go in the first round somewhere. I don't even think it's a steal. I think it's a proper place to put him in the top 15 here at pick number 13 overall to the Texans. And I think you take a chance on him there. Number 14 overall, Jermaine Johnson. Pass rush is a big deal. I think the Ravens got it figured out on offense. They could use a receiver in this draft at some point. I think their big issue is pass rush. Jermaine Johnson is very, very physical and very, very fast off the edge from Florida State. He's a beast, man. I know Florida State's struggling, but Florida State's spring game looked pretty good this year. Mike Norvell's recruiting very well. He's developing young players like a Jermaine Johnson. I know he's not going to be on their team next year, but he was this past year, and he got better and better as the year went on. Jermaine Johnson, I think, has a bright future ahead of him. So he's good. 23 years old. The Jets are looking at him. So many teams are looking at him. I want to say he goes 14 to the Ravens here. I mean, it helps the pass rush in Baltimore. Able to get the ball back maybe for, Lamar Jackson. But is he the second best? Well, no, third best pass rusher outside of Aiden Hutchinson and then Kayvon Thibodeau, right? That's a premium position, an edge rusher. You're talking about a class with Thibodeau, Hutchinson, Trayvon Walker, George Karlaftis, Boy Maffea, David Ajabo. It's a deep defensive draft class for sure. And he's part of it. But I think he'll be good for the Ravens just to give them some pass rush. That's one of the big things that's missing from the Ravens is pass rush in general. And it's going to take more than one player, but I think this is a start in the right direction to turn around the defense. So not that it's completely bad, but it needs a little bit of rebuilding and reconstruction, I would say. So 15 overall, Devin Lloyd, talk about pass rush. This guy is fast, hits you in the mouth, will take the quarterback and not only tackle. I'm talking he wants to play wrap-up football, sling you on the ground, throw you down, take you back home to the woodshed. Well, you get it. Devin Lloyd going 15 overall to the Eagles. Yeah. Is he the best linebacker in this class? Well, let's see. So far in the linebacker class, we have had he's the first actual linebacker off the board. The Eagles need secondary help, and they need some key guys in outside linebacker position. They also need some guys behind the defensive line and interior. I think he plays that position very well. Devin Lloyd does really good, can read the quarterback, can get through the offensive line, can go up and tackle, can stop a running back in the backfield. He's what the Eagles need. I got him at 15 overall. So, Eagles at 16. They're still here. Kyer Elam, I think. Someone correct me on how you pronounce his name. I think it's Kyer. Yes, a Florida player in the first round. Okay. Secondary help is big. They need that lockdown corner. They just need a guy that can play for 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles need that lockdown guy. They really do. Let me share my mock draft here with you guys on the screen, and we'll run through a couple more of these. I'm not going to talk about each one of these prospects. You know who they are, but I think they need a lockdown corner. I think they need to go defense heavy with their first picks. The Eagles do. I think they got a solid O-line. They got Devontae Smith. They got Jalen Hurts. They got Miles Sanders. The offense isn't really the issue. The problem is giving up on offense or giving up to offenses, opposing offenses, and especially giving up big plays. Well, Kyer Elam will play in the backfield for you. He won't give up too many big plays, hopefully, if he stands to not be a draft bust. We will see. Okay, so Kyer Elam, Trevor Penny to the Chargers out of Northern Iowa. One player away, I mentioned. You know, it seems like there's those teams out there that are maybe one player away from maybe winning or being a game away from a divisional title or the next step as a franchise. That's the Chargers. They got Justin Herbert, got Melvin Gordon. They got all these players, right? They're one player away. Trevor Penny out of Northern Iowa is a go-to guy, right? Very good, fast, physical guy. His length is good. His size is good. He probably could put on a couple more inches, maybe some more weight to him. But look at this face here. I can't zoom in on it, but it looks like a face of determination, like he's ready to hit a defensive lineman in the face. You know what I'm saying? So, Trevor Penning, Jameson Williams, my guy. The Saints just need a speedy receiver. Well, get him a guy that was really, really good up until him getting hurt against Georgia in the national title. This guy, dude, from day one, I didn't know he was this good. He is. Dude put the Jets on against Miami. Like the first opening play, the opening drive, it was like 75 yards for a touchdown. All he does is accelerate and play great. You know, as soon as the ball is snapped to the quarterback, he knows he's a great route runner. He knows the route he needs to run. He's got the great speed, great tempo, great hands, great length. He's like Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle combined. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got the Slim Reaper hands, can go up and catch it, right? But he's got Jalen Waddle's speed. You know what I'm talking about. He looks like Devontae Smith, by the way, in size. Okay. Going to go back to the Eagles here at 19. Okay. And I'm going to get him Alex Lindstrom, right? Go back and let's finally work with Jalen Hurts here. Let's get him a guard. Alex Lindstrom from Boston College. Got good size, good frame. Alex Lindstrom is a physical player. A 3-year starter, 6'3", 298. He's a center. They could use someone like him, I think. He was a first team ACC team player. So he was. It was so funny. He was a 2-star recruit, right? Modest length and functional strength, a tendency to play 2 upright, though. He just has to work on consistency. He's good on combo blocks if he needs to, tag team a little bit. He's a good run blocker, great timing, positioning, hand technique, good footwork. He's a developmental guy that you could work at that role, either a guard or what he mostly played at Boston College towards the end of his career at center. He can be that guy. So Alex Lindstrom there. I'm going to go David Ajabo. Ajabo, great fast off the edge. Another edge here with amazing speed. Give him to the Jets at number 20 overall. Out of Michigan, he was part of Michigan's defense and success. He was all over C.J. Stroud in that game against Ohio State. He could be all over Mac Jones and company, probably Josh Allen. Who knows if he ends up with the Jets like I predict. He'll be all over some guys in the AFC East. So just great toughness. Getting off blocks, timing is perfect. I really think that there's a lot to like about him. So, yeah. So I think that's definitely a guy to start with for rebuilding the Jets defense. So, pick number 21, Garrett Wilson. They need that key receiver for Mac Jones. Garrett Wilson is on the board. Great hands, great speed, good frame, good size, great everything. Did everything great at Ohio State. So I think Garrett Wilson, is he a guy you got to trade for? I don't know, but overall he did really well. He's 6'0", 192, right? He has over 100 receptions. Well, he's got 143 receptions at Ohio State, over 2,000 yards receiving, averaging 15 and a half yards a catch, 23 touchdowns in total. When he has to run the ball, if you want to use him on a jet sweep, they did it like 6 times, 143 yards. Great spin. I mean, longest rushing play of his career was 62 yards. He measured his arm length at 32 inches. He ran a 4.3 at the 40. He had a 36-inch vertical jump, a broad jump of 10 foot 3 inches, reading off here. So he he did pretty good. So at the combine, and the combine, can definitely help guys. Like, I think that's a guy that needed to boost his draft stock just a bit was Garrett Wilson. But I think the Patriots could use a big time receiver for Mac Jones. And I think they take a good swing at it with Garrett. So pick number 22, kind of run down some of these here. Again, don't want to make this too long on you guys. Garrett Wilson, I'm going to go Treylon Burks. He's a guy, same thing, great size. Treylon Burks from Arkansas, man, has just got great speed. Kyler Gordon to the Cardinals. We'll get to him in a second. The Packers could use a guy. I think, who did they lost Devontae Adams to the Raiders. They got to replace him with somebody. Devontae Adams had good hands and size and speed. He was Aaron Rodgers' go-to guy. Now that he's gone, he's got to find that new guy. Do you go to free agency? What do? Let's go Traylon Burks from Arkansas. So, um, but yeah, I think that's a good, definitely, you know, definitely someone you could work with. There's Traylon Burks, great size, great speed, can go and catch the football. Just very good acceleration and burst. As a receiver, and everything really that you would want from a wide receiver. I'm going to go Kyler Gordon to the Cardinals here. Kyler Gordon is one of the rising stars of the NFL draft. His 40 time was 4.52. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He was 6'6" in the 3-cone, 39.5-inch vertical jump. The short shuttle, he ran at 3.9. So he's got some good speed. Bench press, he did 20. So, Kyler Gordon, like I said, I don't know if he's a steal. Well, I think he's a steal before the bottom 20 to 32 range. Maybe 20 to 25 range, but he's 5'11", 194. Arms are 31 inches, what they measured. His hands are 9 1/4 of an inch. He was a first-team All Pac-12 defender, 46 tackles last year, 2 for loss, 2 interceptions, a team high in 7 pass breakups and 12 starts. So he can break up a pass. He can play the game very, very well. He does whatever you need him to. So George Karlaftis to the Cowboys here. And again, just going to run through these real quick, and I want to hear from you guys overall, what you guys think of these picks. I got my guy, Nakobe Dean from Georgia. I think the Bucks could use I don't know how much longer we're going to keep Shaq Barrett. We'll get to that in a second, but George Karlaftis, Cowboys need some pass rush. Forget helping Dak. Help your defense. Good grief. We're going to go Karlaftis from Purdue. And work with him. So, overall, I'll say this. George Karlaftis, great size. Look at those muscles on him. Hard hitting, throw you down, strong guy, great speed off the edge, great acceleration too. Once he starts, he gets going and going and going, and he'll hit you hard as a defensive edge rusher. And if you're a quarterback, man, just get out of his way. He'll take you down. He wants to fight you. He won't go down without a fight. He'll drag a quarterback to the ground. Sometimes you kind of see where guys will drag down quarterbacks or whoever, like by the jersey or something. He'll do that. So, Jahan Dotson to the Titans at 26. You saw it there. But Devontae Wyatt, defensive edge, defensive tackle, whatever, from Georgia. Devontae Wyatt, is he's huge. 315, 6'3" is his size. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts that he goes number 20 overall to the Steelers. But so his stats this past year in the championship season, 18 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles. He'll get the ball out of your hands as a defensive player. He had 2.5 sacks in total. He's got 5 sacks in his career, 2 fumble recoveries, 4 forced fumbles. In his career. He's just gotten better and better and better every single year. It seems like, he had only 19 as a freshman in total tackles. He went from from 19 to 30 as a sophomore. The native of Decatur, Georgia, 6'3", 315, like I said. Does he fit the Bills? Yeah. Again, the Bills are in a category. They're one player away. They're one play away, one call, right, from a Super Bowl. We know how far they can make it. We know they got the receivers. We know. Work on the O-line a bit. But really, man, they just got to get the pass rush. They got to get past teams like the Chiefs. They need that guy that can take out the quarterback. That you can say, you're on a mission. This is what you got to do. Go out and do it. That's the Bills. That's Devontae Wyatt. Give them here. Okay. They don't really have an explosive playmaker. Jahan Dotson to the Titans at number 26. Yes, sir. Let's do it right here. Overall, I like it. I like the call. I think I think he'll go higher. I just see a lot of defense. And I apologize too. Maybe he does go ahead of Garrett Wilson and Traylon Burks, maybe even ahead of Jameson Williams. Who knows? I see him right here to the Titans, who need an explosive playmaker, and I think that's who Jahan Dotson is. Number 27, you see it right there. I got my guy, Nakobe Dean, going to the Buccaneers here, my Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know how long we're going to have Shaq Barrett. We got Devin White. We need some linebacker depth is what we need. And I think this is perfect here. I really think Nakobe Dean to the Buccaneers right here. Do you have to trade up for this guy? It's a great possibility. I mean, like the Cowboys, who I have taken a defensive lineman in Karlaftis, they need some experience. They need some pass rush. They need a linebacker in cover. See, this is like a coverage linebacker here. He's going to want to drop back and defend passes and break it up or pick you off. He's going to want to do that, but he can still play up front in space and off the edge. For the Buccaneers, he can do that. They just need that defensive playmaker here. Like I say, I mean, they're like franchise tagging, Shaq Barrett, what it seems like almost every other year, or at least it feels like it. Maybe because I don't know. I'm always talking about it with other Bucks fans, so I don't know. But okay, Boy Mafia or Mafi. How do you say that? He's a great, he's great. Boy Mafe to the Packers. Minnesota defensive end, right? So he is very big. 2-year starter. He did great in defensive coordinator Joe Rossi's 4-3 base scheme. He led the team in tackles for loss and sacks as a junior and senior. He's got great bursts and acceleration off the edge. He could be second round. But he also, I think it's a steal in the first round, and I wouldn't blame a team for taking a guy like this. He's really good against the run. He'll stop you in the backfield. He'll throw you. He'll hit you. He's not really one to drag you around too much, but he'll just up and land on you and take you out like that. So that's what he does there. Christian Watson from North Dakota State is an underrated and not underappreciated receiver in this year's draft class from North Dakota State here. Great acceleration, great speed, great tools. I just think that KC, they got some playmakers. But again, Come on. How do you lose? How do you lose your guy? You just lost Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. You got to replace him somewhere. They could end up with Jahan Dotson, but I got him to the Titans. Next man up, in my opinion, I think is a guy like Christian Watson from North Dakota State. He ran a 4.36 at the 40 at the combine. He did really, really well. 6'5", 207. He last year he ended up on the money with 800 yards, 43 receptions, 7 touchdowns, average 8.6 on his receiving. His longest play as a sophomore was 70 yards. He had no fumbles. He didn't have a single one. He knows how to hold on to the ball. He's got great speed. In the FCS championship against Montana State in a 38-10 victory, he had 4 receptions for 61 yards. That's pretty good. He can handle the deep ball, basically. And obviously, we know what Patrick Mahomes is. You can't tell me with this guy. Look at that smile. That says, yeah, man, I'm ready for Pat Mahomes. Let's go. Speaking of, they're on the clock again. They got to work on the defense. Get Andrew Booth a pass block. Well, pass defending. I don't want to say pass blocking. Great defender in coverage. Breaks up almost any pass that comes his way. Andrew Booth at number 30 overall for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll take that there. I like Andrew Booth. I really do. I think I don't know where it's gone, but is it me, or has the Kansas City defense kind of faded a bit? You know, outside of his physical skill set, he's really, really good. Versatile, aggressive, wants to go get the football, wants to get after the receivers. I've heard a lot of rumors too, by the way, that he is a good fit for the for the Chiefs. So I mean, he's been on the field for 200 plus snaps too. He's got the experience, man. According to SportsIllustrated.com, by the way, Fan Nation, across the entire ACC, he played the most snaps without allowing a 20-yard catch or better. Okay. Yeah. And he played 266 snaps. Yeah, you better know. This guy, he's ready. He's ready to go. We're going to give him to the Chiefs. We're going to help their secondary out. We're going to get this team back to where they want to be, and that's winning the Super Bowl again. We're going to help y'all out. Daniel Falele, offensive tackle out of Minnesota, another Minnesota guy here. Bengals need offensive line. This one I can just knock out of the park. A big guy. That's it. You just need a big physical tackle. Daniel Falele from Minnesota gives you that. Overall, I'll say this. Joe Burrow was great last year. Jamar Chase was great. Uzma was great. The offensive line was not great, and it got exposed in so many different ways than it ever did before. They need an offensive line big time. You can only take one, though. This is a big physical tackle here at 31. Daniel Falele. He's great size. He is 6'9", 379, right? He could even be the first. Well, no, because you got Evan Neal, and Ikeme Ekwonu. Okay, third offensive tackle off the board. He's Australian. Which, I mean, that doesn't matter. He's 175 kilograms. If you're an offensive tackle and they're talking about how much you weigh in kilograms, you're a problem for any defensive lineman. Nobody can block this guy. This guy can block anybody that comes his way. Look at him. He's a monster. The Bengals need this. Hear me out, Cincinnati. Who dey? Or what, right? Like, who? You need this. Joe Burrow needs this. No excuses. Take an O-line. Okay, last pick, and then we're going to close it out. 32 with the Lions. Let's rewind that they got Kayvon Thibodeau early on. So they went defense. Now they got to go offense. There's no excuse. Sam Howell. Now, I'm not saying it's got to be that, but they got to take a quarterback. I like Sam Howell. I think he goes through his progressions very, very well. I think he can throw the ball. I think he's very mobile. He's quick. He makes me think of Lamar Jackson, only better size, better arm strength. But he's very mobile and creative in how he wants to lead an offense. He can be that guy for Detroit, for the Lions, for what he wants to do, right? He is the guy. He is Mr. Irrelevant of the first round here in my mock draft. Sam Howell, he's 6'1", 225, right? People are saying that he's a mock buster. I don't know what that means. My guess is he's breaking your mock draft, right? In a good way. Anyway. So, but he's really, really good. The only thing is that he's had drop off the past couple years. That's all. But he's still good if you put him in the right position. I don't know if he's systematic. That's the thing. I think he's got the talent. I just think that someone's got to help him bring it out of him. Now, that's not saying he's systematic or not, but overall, look, the Lions need a quarterback. And this quarterback class, it's got great quarterbacks, but it's not like it was last year with Zach Wilson and Fields. And I don't know how I want to put this. Kenny Pickett is my number one guy, right? I had overall 1, 2, and then 3. I had 3 out of 32 picks in the first round. Quarterbacks. We had 4 or 5 last year, let alone in the top 10. I mean, you had Fields, you had Trevor Lawrence, you had Zach Wilson. You know, like who did you not have? Right? So I mean, you had all these quarterbacks. You've had all these quarterbacks. Remember the class with Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield? You had, I mean, seriously, you had Trey Lance last year. The first 3 picks were all quarterbacks last year. Not so much the case this year. You had Mac Jones last year. This year, after the first, look, after Kenny Pickett, go for it with your quarterback. That's it. Anyway. I might make a blog post putting my mock draft out in writing, and maybe I can sit down and think and just expand more on all this. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, I apologize for it being so long and everything, a video for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely wanted to share this. But you go all the way from Aiden Hutchinson to Sam Howell at 32 to the Lions. They do take a quarterback. Could they take a quarterback at number 2? Like, could they take Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett there? Yeah, they could. But I don't know. But again, some of the key highlights: Kenny Pickett to the Panthers, Trayvon Walker to the Giants. You know, you got Malik Willis to the Steelers, Trevor Penny to the Chargers to help block for Justin Herbert. You got Garrett Wilson to the Pats, Devontae Wyatt off the defending champs team going to the Bills, Nakobe Dean, also a champion here, going to the Buccaneers, and so on and so forth. Jahan Dotson to the Titans, by the way. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Jesus loves you. Let me know what I did right. Let me know what I did wrong. Again, this is just a mock draft, people. Again, I'm tired. It's almost 11 here as I'm recording this. But I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got an amazing plan. Never give up. Keep, chasing after your dreams no matter what happens. And everything. And, he's got something for you for sure. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, your boy Ballard Sports Media checking out. Love y'all. Peace. Bye.